guys, this is Nick from Fobri, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison of easily the three most popular touchscreen music devices on the market right now. We have the iPod Touch, the Zune HD, and the iPod Nano. First I'm going to do the boot up comparison of the iPod Touch and the Zune HD. They're both completely shut down, and then after that I'll show the iPod Nano, because the iPod Nano is not really in the same market as these two. So, 1, 2, 3. See the Apple logo and the Zune logo. The Zune is already booting up the main screen, and the Zune is done. The iPod's still going. The iPod's still going.
And keep in mind, this is a first-gen iPod.
Yes, it is a first-gen iPod. That is very true. But the boot up time is not the same, but it's usually close. The Zune just has a really good boot. Like a really quick, good boot. I think that's something Microsoft wanted, so they worked on that. But I think the normal iPod would be, about 10 seconds ago would have been done. Still not beating the Zune, though, in boot up. There we go. The iPod is up. So now they're both in the lock mode. And then let's boot up the iPod Shuffle, which has the best out of both of these.
Nano.
Or, yeah, Nano. Which has the best out of both of these. That was, like, the quickest ever. But it does not play videos. But still, it's a great device. So let's look at the iPod Touch and the Zune HD in terms of just opening it from a lock position. Zune HD, there's a little button on the top. You just press right there, and it goes to here. You have to unplug it. It goes straight to this screen. iPod Touch. On all the iPod Touches, even the current generations, it's right up here. Just press it, and it opens up like that. Both of these together look like this. iPod Touch, you scroll, and it opens. You scroll to the side, and it opens. Zune HD, you just scroll up, and it opens. For this Nano, you just turn it on. Then you can scroll through them. Okay, so I don't really think we're going to be looking at the iPod Nano too much. I just wanted to show you guys the boot up and the basic design. So this is what it looks like. Kind of like the iPod Shuffle mixed in with a little iPod Touch with the buttons and stuff. So here are the main devices. The iPod Touch and the Zune HD. The iPod Touch has that great applications menu where you can scroll through and see all your applications. And then the home applications, you can quickly get to Safari, you can quickly search, and all that. It has just has a great layout that anyone can use. The Zune HD has another great layout. It's pretty much just the words right here: music, videos, pictures, radio, marketplace, social, podcast, internet, apps, and settings. And then you can scroll or touch right over here, and it'll bring you to pins. You can pin stuff to the main wall, like Facebook. You can see the history, what you listened to last. Then you can see what's new that you recently put on your iPod, or on your Zune. The main button, see there's a home button right here. It's circular on the iPod. On the Zune, it's just a little bar that you just press. It's pretty much the same thing. Not much of a difference there. Okay, now, the main thing about the Zune HD and the iPod Touch, the main difference, and obviously in the name, is high definition. You get that on the Zune through radio and through videos. You can open up videos and watch movies in high definition, which is definitely nice. Whereas on the iPod Touch, it's good quality. It's great quality, actually, because Apple did a really good job with that. But it's not as good quality as the Zune. Here, I'm gonna show two videos on both of them right now. Oops. Now one of them has a bit of a lighter screen, the other has a darker screen. The Zune does have a better screen than it, but I mean, it's not too much of a noticeable difference. But if I had a choice of which one to use, if I were stranded somewhere, it'd definitely be the Zune to watch a video because of its great video quality. Now let's go to music and choosing music. So you can open up music in the iPod Touch and open up music in the Zune. The iPod Touch definitely looks better in terms of scanning through your music. It shows the name of the song, and then it shows a little what's it called? Little album cover. Then you can scroll through that, and then you can click on it and play it. Now the new iPod Touch do have speakers. That is one thing that the Zune HD lacks, is speakers. Here there's just the name of the song. You can scroll through, you can search by letter. And then to go back, you can either press the home button to go home, or if you're in music, you can press up here. There's a little button up here, and you can just press that, and it takes you back to the last thing you were at. Now, for buying music, there is it's just completely different. iPod Touch, you open it up, App Store, not App Store, where's iTunes, and then here you just open up Marketplace. Hang on, it's connecting to the internet, both of them are. In terms of loading time, the iPod beats it. The iPod was already connected to the internet too. The Zune is currently connecting. We're in the basement right now, so that's why the iPod was slow too, because we are in a basement. Definitely the cooler look. I know this really doesn't matter, but the cooler look when it comes to the Marketplace is the Zune. It shows the picture, it's got music, and then over here it shows new music and you can scroll through it. That's definitely cool. The one thing I do not like about iTunes, though, is that it's $1.29 per song if you want to get like a new song. Zune Marketplace, you simply just load it. You can choose an artist, go into their thing, say I wanted to download this song. You can just add it to your cart. It'll take you to the cart. Once it loads up with all the information, you can just click download, and it downloads right there. For $15, you can get this download, and it'll just download right to your thing, as many songs as you want, which is definitely a great feature that comes with Zune. Other than that, it's apps. In terms of apps, iPod definitely wins. The iPod has a bunch of great apps. There's new apps made every day. It's open to many more developers, but Zune is increasing their app marketplace, which is definitely good, but it's still not going to be as big as iTunes. Also, you have to click into a thing to get to the apps. You have to click into a certain thing. They used to display ads in between the apps, but they don't do that anymore, which is definitely good. Besides that, there is HD radio on the Zune HD, and there's only radio when you get Wi-Fi with the iPod Touch. So overall, these are definitely equal devices, depending on what you need. So if you need like a high definition radio, you should definitely go with the Zune. If you just want a cool device with many more apps, cool internet surfing, that's what internet surfing looks like, then you should definitely go with the Zune. I will be doing individual reviews of these also. So again, this is Nick from Fobri.com. Check out the next video. I'll be doing individual comparisons, like I said. You can find us on Twitter, Dig, MySpace, Facebook, pretty much everything, and read our blog. Thanks.